Hello guys, and welcome to another tutorial from Trust. Basically I want to show you how you can generate curvy backgrounds, okay, in your designs. Okay, so basically this is just an SVG background. Okay, now for typically people generate SVG backgrounds by going into Adobe Illustrator to first of all do the designs, and then they import it into their websites. But for you to do that, you're going to need to generate for desktop, for mobile version, and even for tablets. Okay, so that seems like a lot of work. Okay, so basically I'm going to show you a tool online that you can use to generate responsive um, SVG curvy backgrounds. Okay, so this design is actually responsive. So basically let's get to it. So first off, let me just go to and write up a markup. So first off, whatever you do needs to be in a section. So I'm going to create a section with a class of section, and within that I'll create a div with a class of container, and I'm simply just going to add h1 tag, and the h1 tag will say welcome to our website. And then let's add a paragraph tag. So we'll just add a paragraph tag, and we'll just add lorem ipsum, and we'll add 40 characters. Okay, and basically that's what we are going to do. So that's the markup. So I'm just going to go ahead and save this, and let's open this on the browser to see. So basically this is what we have. Okay, now we have a styles.css files that I created, and it's linked here. So I'll go to my styles.css, and basically in the styles.css we just have a reset. So I'll just write some styles. First off, I'll just add in a font family, and then I would add in the styles. So what I'll do is I would first target the container, and I'll add some styles for the container. I'll give it a text align of center, and I'll give it a background color. So background color of, for now I'll just give it a gray color, so 777. Okay, and then I'm going to give it some padding. Specifically I'm going to say 50%, 50 px on the top and bottom, and then 20 px on the left and right. Okay, and then maybe I'll just say that I want the width to be 100%, so width of 100% of its container. And something is wrong somewhere. Let's see. Text align center, background color. Oh, so this is what the problem. Okay, so my text editor was giving me a red flag, and then I'm going to say I want it to have a color of white, because I don't want to add too much styles on the, and then I'm going to save, and that's it. So what I'll do next is maybe I should just give the dot container. Let me just get the h1 tag and add some styles. So let's just say we want the font size to be 25 pixels, and let's capitalize it with text transform, and of course the uppercase, and then let's add a margin to the bottom to space it out a little. So margin bottom of, let's just do 10 px, and let's save. Okay, so now it's time for us to add our background. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a website. The name of the website is getwaves.io. So essentially in this website you can generate SVG backgrounds. Okay, so basically all you need to do is come to getwaves.io and select the kind of background you want. So For example, now this is going to be displayed on the bottom. If you want it to be displayed on the top, just click on this upward arrow here and it will be displayed on the top. So but I want for the bottom, and then you can select the way you want the curves to be displayed by just moving this guy here. Okay, so something like this. You can even adjust it with this button. Okay, so basically that's how the tool works. Very interesting tool actually. It saves a lot of time and a lot of work. Okay, so basically when you are done selecting what you want, all you need to do is click on this download button here. So if I click on download button, there are two options. The first option is to actually download it as an SVG file. Okay, so if I click on this now, it's download as an SVG file. So this is wave.svg, or you can just copy the code. The first one I will show you is just how to copy the code. So if I copy this code and I go to my editor, so let me just shrink this here. So if I copy this code and go to my editor, in the editor I'm going to just come here and just below the section here, I'll just paste in my code and save, and let's see. So basically this is what we have. Okay, if we use just the, so essentially what I can do is I can just get the color for this SVG background. So I'll just Control C, and then I'll go to my styles.css, go to my container and change the color here. I just wanted us to see the difference. That's why I gave it this gray color, and then I paste it in and save. So you see we have this curvy background. Okay, of course you want to you want to design your background properly, okay, to fit your needs. Okay, so but this is not what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control Z it, because there is a better way. So we're going to use the after pseudo class to place our background. Okay, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to comment out this SVG code here. The reason why we are using after pseudo classes, I don't want a situation where if we have to use multiple SVGs, we would have to paste in so much code in our HTML file. Okay, so I'm going to comment this out and save. So basically this is what we have here. Now I would come to my section here and I'll add some styles for, I'll come to my styles.css file here and I'll add some styles for the section. Okay, so but because the section comes before the container, I'm going to put it on top here. So I'll come here and I'll simply say dot section, and first off I'm just going to say I want it to have a width of 100%, and then I'm just going to create a pseudo element for the section. So I'll say dot section and I'll say after. Now basically what I'm doing here is that I'm using the download SVG option here. So I'm assuming that I've downloaded the SVG and I have an image file created, and this is the SVG within the image file. Okay, so let's continue. So I'll create the pseudo element here, and basically the first thing you have to do is you have to define the content, and I'm going to leave it empty, so just an empty content, and then I'll say position and I'll say absolute. So if you remember, if you are putting position absolute here, then it means you have to specify what is relative to. So I'll go to the section and say I want it to be position relative, and then I would add a coordinate. So from the left I want it to be 0, from the bottom I'm going to set it to -1. Okay, you don't want to set it to 0, you want to set it to -1 so that it's just immediately below the bottom. Okay, so I'll give it a width of 100%, and basically I'll give it a height. So you have to give it a height for it to be displayed. I'm just going to give it a height of 100 px, so just so we can see what happens, and then let's give it a background image. So it's in the background image where we'll now target the SVG itself. So I'll say dot images and SVG dot image wave dot SVG rather, and then I would just do a background repeat. So background repeat, and I'll say no repeat, and I'll do a background size, and I'll just say 100%. So you can say 100%, you can say cover. So now let's open our page and see what we have. So this is what we have, and it doesn't look nice, okay, compared to this demo we saw here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the height. Okay, so basically I'm just going to adjust the height. So let's do 200, and as you can see, it's taking shape. Okay, so let me expand it and see. So 200 is not quite enough, so I'll just do 300. So I'll do 300 and I'll save, and let's expand it and see. So I think this is fine, so it displays properly. All right, so it's at this point that we can go ahead and change the color of. So I'll save, and as you can see, we have something similar to what we have here, right? Now what I can do is the space, the padding between this the lower border of this text and this point is quite much. So what I'll do is I'll just come to my container section, and instead of having 50% padding, so where's my container section? Oh, it's down here. Instead of having 50% padding on the top and bottom, I'm just going to say 50% on the top, 0 on the bottom. So I'll say 0, and I'll say 20%. Oh, sorry, it starts from top then left, so it will be 20 on the right. Sorry, so top, right, bottom, left. So 20 pixels on the right, then 0 on the bottom, and 20 pixels on the left. So I would save, and as you can see, it's displays better. Okay, so let's reduce this and see. So, and the good thing about this is that it's actually responsive. Okay, so basically you can come to getwaves.io and you can select any kind of design you want. Okay, you know any kind of, so you can even have something straight. How do I get a straight design? So my point is just play around with the settings here and choose whatever it is you want, and I'm sure you'll be able to make something cool. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this lecture. If you would like to see more tutorials like this, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. See you in another video.